Hello again, everybody. This is Caray,
along with Jack Buck, and we have a happy story to tell. A story that culminated on Monday, September 18th in Philadelphia.
High fly ball, deep right field, into the corner, Bobby Tolan. He's got it! The Cardinals win the pennant! The Cardinals win the pennant! And boy, they've all rushed out onto the field.
How the Cardinals reached that happy state of affairs will be our subject for the next few minutes here, and we'll bring you the highlights and some of the low ones of Cardinals baseball 1967.
And Harry, as the fans listen, let's remind them of the tremendous team effort our Cardinals applied throughout the year. The folks will hear of a lot of different guys who consistently came up with key plays. It started April 16th, opening night, as the Cardinals and Bob Gibson faced the Giants and Juan Marichal. Gibson struck out the first 5 he faced, pitching brilliantly, and the Cardinals drew first blood in the second, as Lou Brock batted with 2 men on.
He got the first hit. Will he drive in the first run? Here's the stretch. And the pitch on the way. There she goes! Way back! It might be! It could be! It is! A home run! Holy cow!
Gibson breezed to a 6-0 victory, and that score was symbolic. The Redbirds won their first 6 in a row.
And the Cardinals started the year playing well on the road, Jack. It was to become a Cardinal trademark in '67.
Pitching was supposed to be a Cardinal problem, but it was quite good in the early going. Games like April 25th in Houston, when Al Jackson came close to baseball immortality.
The little left-hander had a no-hitter working for 7 innings.
But as Bob Aspromonte led off the 8th for the Astros, the dream game came to an abrupt halt.
Nobody on or out. We're in the 8th. 4-0 St. Louis. Here's the pitch. There's the base hit. Aspromonte ends all doubt about any no-hitter with a line single into left.
That was the only Houston hit, and perhaps one of the best pitched Cardinal games of the year.
And with Brock swinging a torrid bat, and with Maris, McCarver, Javier, Flood, and Cepeda all off to flying starts, the Cardinals reached the first milestone of the season. Memorial Day, only a game and a half behind first place Cincinnati.
Not bad for a team picked by the sports writers to finish 6th. But the way the Cardinals celebrated Memorial Day in Cincinnati was enough to make you almost give up hope. Dick Hughes had a 1-run lead and a no-hitter for 7 innings. But 3 fluke hits in the 8th gave the Reds the advantage as the Cardinals came up for their last swing. Cepeda started it with a single. McCarver singled. Runners on first and third and nobody out. Phil Gagliano stepped in to pinch hit. It took the Cardinals until September 18th to forget what happened next.
There's the stretch. There's the pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. He's going to go for the double play. There's a man trying to score, and he is out. Triple play. The game is over. Cepeda didn't break right away. A ground ball to the shortstop. He threw to second for 1, threw to first for 2, and then the first baseman threw to the catcher for a triple play.
It was a bitter pill to swallow, Jack, but the Cardinals bounced back quickly. Another trademark of the '67 team.
Their next game was at home against Atlanta, and again they trailed as they batted in the 9th. This time the score was 4-2. An error gave the Cardinals a runner at second with nobody out, and knuckleballer Phil Niekro came in for the Braves. He wild-pitched Hughes to third, from where he scored on a sacrifice fly. Javier then walked, and Flood was the batter. It was really something to see.
A wild pitch. Make that a pass ball. So the tying runs at second with only 1 out. And if Flood will stay alive long enough, I could almost bet that he'll wild pitch him to third. His knuckleball is jumping all over, and Torrey just can't catch it. 1 ball, 1 strike. The tying run at second base. The stretch. The pitch. It gets away. There goes Javier. Here's the throw. He's safe. I told you. The tying run is at third. They call it another pass ball. Now the tying run at third. The infield has to come in. would you believe another one? Now the stretch. The 3-2 pitch. Bouncing ball through, base hit. The game is tied. Holy cow.
The Redbirds finished them off in the 10th. With a runner on, Bob Tolan pulled the trigger.
Now the stretch. There's the pitch. Line drive left center field. Way back near the wall. Here's the winning run. He's around third. The Cardinals are going to win it. Bobby Tolan did it. Cardinals win by 4.
And perhaps averted a lengthy slump in the process.
But by June 10th, Cincinnati was in the National League driver's seat by 3.5 games over the second-place Cardinals. The Cardinals were home playing the Dodgers. As usual, they came from behind in the 7th to tie it 2-2.
On they battled to the 11th inning. The Cardinals had 2 men on. Again, Roger Maris got the big hit. It was the kind of hit he used to specialize in.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Roger Maris. Here's the pitch. There she goes, way back. It might be. It could be. Cardinals win it. Home run. Holy cow.
Roger was a happy man as he trotted around the bases, and it was a happy and hustling Cardinal ball club throughout the year. And all their good work wasn't done by hitters.
Along those lines, Harry, one of the big plays I'll remember for a while occurred in Houston, where the Cardinals led by a run as the Astros hit in the bottom of the 11th. They had a man at second, 1 out, and little Bob Lillis stepped in.
Line drive in the center field, flood on the run. Makes the catch, and he's going to get a double play. Holy cow! He saved the ball game. He steps on the bag for the double play. Kurt Flood came tearing in. A sure single to center, and turned it into an unassisted double play. Holy cow, what a play to end the game on.
The little guy, as usual, played that way all year in center field, despite a very bad arm.
The Cardinals got their severest jolt of the year to that time as they played in Los Angeles in mid-June. Ray Washburn was pitching and was looking good. Then, suddenly, disaster struck.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Roseboro, who swings, hits it up the middle, off Washburn's bare hand, out into the outfield. Lefevre goes to third, 1 out, and Washburn is hurt. Washburn stuck the bare hand out to stop that line drive, and he hurt his hand. No doubt that he has either broken a finger or split one, Jack, because as soon as that ball hit his bare hand and was deflected in the left center, he started walking off the mound and waved for Bob Bowman to greet him.
The dislocated finger shelved Washburn for several weeks, and the Cardinals dipped into their farm system for young Jim Cosman as a replacement. He started against the Giants in St. Louis a couple of nights later, and prompted by a dream of pitching coach Billy Muffet's, he adopted a no wind-up delivery. He was in and out of trouble all night, but he led 3-1 in the 8th when his patient manager had to go get him. The tribute 35,000 St. Louis fans gave him was one of the pleasant memories of the year.
The applause is already starting up for him. He's going to get a standing ovation, I think. He waits for Nellie Browse, gives him the ball, pats him on the back. Red pats. Listen to the hand for Jim Cosman. They're standing up. First time I've seen a standing ovation in a long time.
It was one of the 2 games Cosman would win all year, but it came when it was desperately needed with Washburn in sick bay.
As the Cardinals closed in on the halfway mark in the pennant race, they were tied for first place with Chicago, with Cincinnati already 5 games behind. The Reds opened a big series in St. Louis on July the 3rd, and the Cardinals won 7-3 in a game enlivened by a wild brawl. Cincinnati came back, however, to take the holiday game, and they were ahead by 2 runs in the rubber game of the series, July 5th.
A tough right-hander, Mel Queen, was hurling for the Reds as Javier batted with 1 on and 2 out in the Cardinal 8th. In other years, Javier was duck soup for a pitcher such as Queen, but not in '67.
Here's a pitch. There's a drive way back. Might be out of here. It could be. Hey! A home run. And this ball game is all tied up. Holy cow. Oh, the air. Lined one that barely got over the left field wall.
Then Cepeda, as he frequently did, came through with another game-winning hit.
Here's a stretch. The pitch. By a line drive up the middle. Here comes the winning run. Cepeda delivers. The Cardinals win it 6-5. Cepeda's third hit of mobbing him. Orlando came through. They're all jumping all over him. Don't spike him, boys. He's a franchise.
Which is a good way of summing up his contributions in the 67 season.
By July 15th, after the All-Star game, the Cardinals were in high gear. They led by 4 games, were playing at home on a Saturday evening, and had Gibson on the mound against Pittsburgh. The Cardinals led 1-0 as the Pirates batted in the 4th. As Roberto Clemente stepped in, things couldn't have looked better. Seconds later, they couldn't have looked worse.
There's the pitch. Oh, he's hurt. Gibson's hurt. That ball hit him off the leg. A base hit. He's knocked down. Oh, he's hurt. Right on the right ankle. He's lying on his left side, and he's in much pain. And here comes trainer Bob Bowman. Oh, he was really socked.
He had a broken leg, but he didn't know it, and he kept pitching, at least for a little while.
There's a 3-2 pitch on the way. He fell down as he threw that ball. He's hurting. Oh, he's really hurting. He fell down that time. And he's not going to get up.
I guess he reached back for a little extra on that 3-2 pitch there, and he really went down. And he fell down, his mouth open, and he was looking for help, and then lay back as though he was going to pass out.
He was lost until September, and the Cardinals lost the game. Desperate for pitching help, they acquired Jack LeMay from the Mets prior to a doubleheader with the New York Ball Club the very next day.
The Cardinals lost that doubleheader, and LeMay was ineffective. From there, they went to Cincinnati, lost the first game there, and saw their lead dwindle to a single game. Without a doubt, this was the low water mark of the 1967 season.
Then, Jack, came one of the big games of the year. Larry Jaster against Gary Nolan in Crosley Field. The Reds got 2 runs in the 3rd inning, and Nolan had fanned 12 in the first 6 innings.
But the Cardinals rallied in the 8th. They got 1 back and had Maris at the plate again, in the clutch.
And here it is. There's a base hit. Here's the tying run. And the Cardinals have tied it up on Maris's clutch hit. 2-2. Roger Maris, I had mentioned that he was just leveling off. You could see him shortening his swing once he got the 2 strikes. Just trying to meet the ball. And he did as he lined a single into center field.
Another extra inning thriller. In the 11th, we loaded the bases with 2 out against lefty Jerry Arrigo. Tolan was the hitter.
3 balls, 1 strike. 2 men are out. Bases jammed. Arrigo into the windup. And here's the pitch on the way. Ball 4! He walked him. Forced in the run. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. And Bobby Tolan pulled a good one. As Arrigo was winding up, Tolan tried to get him to commit a balk as Tolan walked out of the batter's box, and Arrigo's complaining about it.
But the Cardinals weren't. They led by 2 again.
But just 2 nights later, the race was tied up again as the Cardinals dropped the first game of a home series with the amazing Chicago Cubs. The next night, things looked good. The Cardinals led 4-2 going into the final inning.
But Banks singled, and former Cardinal Ted Savage walked. 2 outs later, the runners were still at first and second as Ron Willis faced Al Spangler.
There goes everybody. The pitch. Line drive. Base hit. 1 run is in. Another man's around to 3rd. Here he comes. He's going to try. Here's the relay. He is out at the plate. Cardinals win 4-3. Holy cow. Exactly what I just mentioned a moment ago. I thought he might try to score all the way from first on a single. A perfect throw by Javier. The relay went from Tolan to Javier to McCarver, who had the plate blocked. But if the throw wasn't perfect, he would have been in trouble because Savage was right in on him.
The Cardinals had their lead back, and they doubled it with another victory the next evening. And from there on, it was all Cardinals. They journeyed to Atlanta and swept 3.
Then 2 Chicago and 3 out of 4 from the Cubs at Wrigley Field.
And by the time Chicago returned to St. Louis on August 14th, the Cardinals enjoyed an 8 1/2 game lead. It was now or never for Chicago. The Cubs led 5-3 as the Cardinals hit in the 9th. A walk, an infield out, a Brock single brought the Cardinals within a run. Curt Flood kept it going with a solid hit. And again it was Maris in the clutch.
The pitch to Maris. Here it is. Base hit. The game is tied. Here goes Flood around second. As Savage fumbles the ball. Here's Flood. He's going to try to score. Here's the play. Cardinals win. Cardinals win. Cardinals win. Cardinals win. Roger Maris did it. Savage fumbled the ball. Flood kept running and beat the throw to the plate. I told you I had a feeling we're going to win this game.
They led by 9.5. The next evening, the Cardinals again came from behind, but a little earlier.
They trailed 2-0 as they batted in the 6th. Johnson and Brock were on base as Curt Flood stepped in.
3-2 pitch to Flood. On the way. Swung on, grounded to short. Johnson going to third. They throw there, and he is safe at third. Johnson beats the high throw to Santo. And Flood is on at first, and there's still nobody out.
Orlando Cepeda batted next.
The batter is Cepeda. Still nobody out. The infield back. Line drive, base hit, right center field. The tying run is home. Flood stops at second base, and it's a 2-2 ball game on a line drive single to right by Cepeda.
Bill Stoneman came on for the Cubbies. He got 2 men, and then he faced Julian Javier.
Stoneman ready. Pitches to Hooley. Curveball, line drive, left center field, and it is a base hit. The ball goes to the wall. 1 run is in. Here comes Cepeda. Javier heads for third. The Cardinals lead by 2, and it's a triple for Hooley.
They won it 6-4 and led by 10.5. The following night, the script was again thrilling, with another Cardinal come-from-behind effort. This time, the Redbirds trailed 3-2 in the 9th. 2 men on, 2 men out, and Javier hitting.
There's the stretch. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. That ought to end the game. The throw to first. Save! He beat it out. The bases are loaded. The bases are loaded. Javier streaked down that line. And the Cubs are really arguing. And Phil Gagliano comes up with the bases loaded. How about a wild pitch? How about a pass ball? How about a base hit? There's the stretch. The pitch to Gagliano. Slow ball one. How about a base on ball? Now the stretch. The pitch. Ball goes high. The signal given. The stretch. The pitch to Gagliano. Here it is. Ball 3. Billy Hands getting ready. Can he throw another bad one? Off the stretch. Here's the pitch on the way. Ball 4. Gagliano walks. The Cubs are really arguing. Cepeda dances across the plate. Cha-cha-cha. This game is tied.
Alex Johnson finished him off.
The stretch. The pitch. Line drive. Up the middle. The Cardinals win. The Cardinals win. The Cardinals win. Look at the Redbirds. Alberto's all over the place. Alex Johnson hit one up the middle. Glenn Beckert got over to get his hands on the ball, but couldn't make a play. And the Cardinals win again. Holy cow!
It was all over, but the clincher didn't come for a couple of weeks. In the meantime, Bob Gibson returned to duty and pitched like he had never been out of action. It was his honor to wrap it all up for the Cardinals in Philadelphia as he opposed Dick Ellsworth. The game was scoreless until the 6th when little Dow Maxville led off with a hit and reached second with 1 out. Lou Brock was the batter.
The pitch to him. Swung on a line drive into right center field, and that's a base hit. Maxville's going to score the first run of the game. Brock goes for second. He makes it. 1-0 Cardinals.
Javier was next.
Ellsworth to Hooley with 1 out, and a line drive, base hit left field. Here comes Brock. Here's the throw from Gonzalez. At the plate, Brock is safe, sliding in. There goes Javier to second. Brock slid right through the legs of Oliver, and it's 2-0 Cardinals.
That was enough. The lead was 5-1 as Bill White batted for the Phillies with 2 outs in the 9th.
Bill White, the hitter. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. High fly ball. Deep right field. Into the corner, Bobby Tolan. He's got it. The Cardinals win the pennant. The Cardinals win the pennant. And boy, they've all rushed out onto the field. The Redbirds have won the pennant. And they're mobbing Bob Gibson. They're mobbing Bob Gibson. They haven't got over this way yet. Gussie, congratulations.
I couldn't be happier in all my livelong life than I am.
What a great pennant. Roger, how you feel?
It's great, Harry, really.
Hey, Phil, wait a minute. Harry, how you feel? Great, Harry. What do you say? Where's Gibby? Hey, Gibby. Hey, hold on. Gibby. Great game, Gibby.
Thank you.
I said you'd shut him out.
Yeah, boy. Well, I tried, but I just didn't do it.
The clubhouse bedlam easily matched the on-the-field celebration. Leading the party as he led the ball club throughout the year was Alberto Numero Uno Cha-Cha-Cha.
Hey, Orlando, let's have a serious conversation.
Yeah.
You gonna play ball in Puerto Rico this winter?
Where's Puerto Rico? What is that? That's the island or what's that?
Yeah. You got an extra suit I can wear home tonight.
Yeah, I got one for you.
All right, very good.
Very
Great year.
Thank you, Harry. Very happy. Beautiful. I'm so thrilled because everybody in this ball club just comes to hurt this ball club. And I think this is the greatest ball club ever played in the National League for years. Because what we did this year, it's a tough league. You have to win by one game until the last game of the season, and we clinch with 2 weeks to go and 13 and a half in front. So they have to be the greatest ball club in baseball. So we're looking forward for next year to keep winning because we have the club and we can do it for so many years. So I'm beautiful, Harry. Everything's gorgeous. I'm happy. I don't know what to say. Beautiful.
Beautifully expressed, amigo.
Harry talked, too, with Bob Gibson. Their conversation had a prophetic ending.
Bob, I guess this really gave you the greatest out of it. I knew you'd pitch this kind of a ball game.
Well, Harry, I'll tell you the greatest thing about it, of course, winning the thing, but I wanted to go 9 innings. I wanted to see if I could go the whole game, and I don't think there's anything in the world give me more satisfaction than tonight.
Tremendous.
Thank you, Harry.
Now get ready for the World Series.
Yes, sir.
He was ready, all right, Harry, pitching 3 complete game victories in the series against the Red Sox, with Nelson Briles nailing down the other one. And with Brock, Javier, and Maris providing the hitting heroics, the Cardinals once again were crowned champions of the world.
Cardinal Baseball 1967. Yes, fans, it was a very good year. Perhaps never before, at least in our time, has St. Louis had a more colorful team. Certainly we've never had a club that appealed so much to our fans. And the more than 2 million people who filed through the Bush Memorial Stadium turnstiles certainly bear that out.
And Harry, the St. Louis Cardinals of 1967 are a perfect definition of the word team. I can't recall ever seeing a club where so many contributed so much in a ball club's success. And let's not forget the yeoman work done by manager Red Schoendienst and his front office buddies Stan the Man.
And as we close the book on 1967, it's heartening to look ahead to a new season, another year in which to cheer the exploits of Cha-Cha-Cha and Hooley, of Little Dal and Bulldog Tim, of Handsome Mike and Husky Raj, and of the Little Greyhounds, Kurt and Lou, just to mention a few.
Not to mention the pitching performances of clutch performers like Bob Gibson and Joe Horner, plus names like established youngsters Steve Carlton, Dick Hughes, and Nelson Briles, along with fellows like Larry Jaster, Jack LeMabe, Ray Washburn, and some of the others.
It was indeed a very good year for all of us associated with the St. Louis Cardinals and for all you wonderful fans who helped root them home. And so on behalf of Jack Buck, this is Harry Caray. So long, everybody.